guys, welcome to Let's Simmer Down With, a show where I interview awesome people from the Sims community. And today we have a very special guest on the show. You might know her as MaiSims, so welcome.
Hi.
And thank you for taking the time to sit down and answer some questions for everyone.
Absolutely.
So how are you?
I'm good.
Great.
A little tired, but I'm good.
Uh-oh. Hopefully this interview won't last too long so that you'll be able to hit the sack in just a few moments.
Yes. Need my beauty rest.
So let's get down to it. Tell me a little bit about you. Who is MaiSims?
I'm 18. I'm from Georgia. I'm just a college student who likes to play Sims. I've been gaming since I was, oh my gosh, probably like 7 years old.
Oh yeah.
My parents are big gamers and got me into it very young.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm just somebody who goes to school and works and then does this for funsies.
For funsies. So basically your parents were and are still gamers?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, it's kind of like our family bonding time.
How'd you get into The Sims? Is it because of them?
Actually, yes, because my dad would always try and find games for me to play, especially when I was really young. And he bought me The Sims Bustin' Out on like the PlayStation something.
Wow.
Yeah, I never played The Sims 1, but I played that and I was addicted, and then I made him get me The Sims 2, and then literally it hasn't stopped since then.
Wow, so that's rare. You meet Simmers that started on console before starting on PC.
Right? Yeah, that was kind of, and honestly, I liked it way better. I mean, let's be real, PC is better than console for any of the Sims games.
Yeah, especially when it comes to mods and everything, right?
Oh, obviously, yeah, because I definitely custom content the crap out of my game.
That doesn't slow down your computer, though?
No, because I limit it. You know,
okay.
I'm really careful by how much I put in. You know, you see some people who have like, oh my goodness, like 10 plus gig, and that's on the modest side. Worth of custom content. I'm like, geez, I can't, no. If I do that, then my game will definitely just die on me.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
And for those who might not know, tell me a little bit about your channel. What kind of challenges and videos can we find on there?
Well, my MaiSims channel is an exclusively Sims Let's Play channel. So I have videos and LPs that are a little more original when you're thinking of like I have household LP, so they're backstories that I come up with and just kind of story tell. And then of course you've got more of the challenge ones, which are more for funsies and kind of lighthearted, which are like the 100 Baby Challenge, Runaway Teen Challenge, which I'm sure anybody who is in or interested in the simming community or a part of the simming community knows of quite well at this point.
Yeah.
So right now that's really it on my channel, but I definitely plan to do other challenges in the future.
And what's your other channel?
My second channel is my Plays channel, which is where I just play whatever.
Oh, okay.
And don't censor it at all.
Whoopsie.
So it just kind of, if you want to see me unedited, basically, that's where you go.
Which games do you play on there?
Well, so far, I haven't done as much as I wanted to do with it yet, but on there I have Left 4 Dead, I have Gone Home, and I think I have this other small indie game called The Plan or something, and I'm going to start playing Transistor on that channel
That's
soon.
a beautiful game. An amazing
I've
soundtrack.
taken a peek at it, and I am just blown away.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I purchased the soundtrack before I actually got to play the game.
I'm tempted to as well, because all I did was like open it up and listen to a little bit of it, and I was like, jeez, this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome. So you're focusing on indie games on there, or AAA and indie? I mean,
indie games aren't my focus, but I am more interested in indie games because I've played a lot of the, I guess, what do you call them, like AAA titles or whatever. Yeah. I've played a lot of those big games, and plus, I'm doing this all on the PC, so oftentimes indie games are in abundance on the PC. So,
Yeah.
and I mean that one is just Transistor and the whoever the developers are of Transistor. I mean they're incredible, absolutely incredible for a $20 game. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, definitely. They have another game called Bastion.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Right.
really amazing. But coming back to The Sims, because that's basically about the Sims interview. we threw out a tangent there. Out of all of your Sims, and I know this might be a difficult one, but which one have you always preferred playing with and why?
Do you mean like the Sim particular or the family?
Let's do both. One Sim in particular and then the family.
The one Sim in particular I probably like playing the most is Anna from my Fields LP.
Oh.
And because she's comparable to Katina from my 100 Baby Challenge, but she's a very polyamorous type of person, and she's just very interesting to me. And that's another thing that if you don't know me or know about me at all, I like my Sims are like characters in a story that I'm in their heads. You know, it's kind of they're like real people to me. They aren't just little flopping around
Aw.
characters, which is really kind of weird, I know, but
It's not weird.
I'm a storyteller. I'm a writer in my free time too, so that's just what I do. So Anna to me is fascinating because she is polyamorous and because she really doesn't see the wrong in anything that she does, even though she is absolutely crazy. But then my favorite family to play was probably my Avondale family, which is another LP that's on my channel. They started out, it was just Greg, who was the dad, and his daughter Charlotte, who was a toddler when they started out. And they're kind of my perfect little family because they just grew and nothing but good things happened to them. And that was like, I very rarely have a really good feel-good family from The Sims because I'm always trying to throw drama in their tracks.
Right.
But that was definitely my feel-good family, and I love them.
Aw, that is really cute. Father and daughter relationship.
Yeah. There's a lot of drama behind them, but they were happy, so that's good.
Aw. That's cool because you said you're a writer, so you really get into character when you play it, right?
I do. I get way too into it. Especially like when I'm doing the background stories. Like when I first jumpstart the LP, it's like crazy, crazy detailed background stories. And it's like, maybe I'm doing too much because I feel like I'm talking people's ears off for the like literally 20 minutes of the first part of any LP I do. I'm just chatting about who they are and why they're here and what they're doing.
But that's really interesting, though. That's why people keep coming back for more because they feel part of the story themselves.
I imagine, yeah, because I definitely try to get the viewers to give me their own suggestions, you know, kind of drive the story as well. It's not entirely, you know, I'm in the characters and like I know their personalities, quote unquote, but the viewers kind of drive the story. You know, they'll leave suggestions, and they get kind of there's a lot of them that get really involved in it too, which is really fun for me.
Oh, that's cool. Interactive play.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's your favorite or the favorite personal series of yours?
So which one of my series?
Uh-huh.
Oh, goodness. My favorite series of mine. Oh, my gosh. That was so
It's hard. Yeah, because you kind of love them each in their own way.
I love them each differently. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is my Roaring Heights one, just because they were so glamorous.
Oh.
And it got a little tough towards the end there. I ended it right at 20 parts, and it was getting it was dragging a little bit because it really wasn't made for longevity. But it was so glamorous. It was so exciting, so scandalous. You know, we had this, you know, kind of country girl going to the big city with this criminal gangster dude, and set in the, you know, world of Roaring Heights, which is set back in the day, and beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. Just it was so fun. It was so just like I can't think of another word but glamorous. So I enjoyed that one the most, probably.
Nice. And do you have more plans for your YouTube channel, more series or legacy challenges?
Definitely. I'm always trying to start new stuff because every story comes to an end at some point. So
Mm-hmm.
I know all of them will eventually come to an end. So I'm always thinking about what am I going to do next?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm considering doing a new household LP because that's just kind of my thing where I
Oh.
just come up with everything myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about doing a legacy challenge. I don't think I would do that until my 100 baby challenge was over though, because they are quite similar.
Right.
And for other challenges, yeah, I'll definitely do other challenges. I'll just have to kind of look for them. I don't want to be doing all of the ones that are really popular right now. I kind of want to give it time and then look for something maybe a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But always, yeah, I don't plan to end or stop doing series on my channel anytime soon at all. So I'm definitely looking at other stuff to do.
Great. That's awesome. And what's your favorite Sims game and expansion?
My favorite Sims game and expansion. I would say that, if we're comparing one, two, three, I would say three is my favorite because I loved the introduction of the open world.
Uh-huh.
That was incredible. I've heard that that may not be the case in The Sims 4.
Oh, really?
That they might do away with the open world concept. I have no idea if that's true or not. I just heard it on Twitter and I was like, that is a massive step backwards. They already took creative style away from us. Like,
Right.
really? Are you gonna cut your legs off twice? But yeah, I think Sims 3 is my favorite game, but my favorite expansion. I would have to. I'm gonna go with kind of my default answer on this, and that is Generations, because I love Island Paradise because it introduced a lot of fancy stuff.
Right.
Late Night was very useful. With the I always like the expansions that bring in a lot more items.
Mm-hmm.
And but the Generations made the game more realistic. It made it, your relationships with other Sims and your families more dynamic. That was the introduction, I think, of going to prom and a whole lot of interactions that, if you removed, well, for those of you who don't have Generations, you won't really know the comparison. But for me, I've had Generations since it came out. And if I removed it, I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Aw.
Because the interactions that it introduces are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're very necessary. And I'm very surprised that it took as long as it did for The Sims 3 to integrate that into the game. So I definitely hope that we don't have to wait for that for The Sims 4.
Uh-huh. And that it's something that's already implanted in the original one.
So, I already am irritated by the fact that Seasons doesn't come with it and the base game.
Uh-huh.
But because I feel like, that's kind of a basic thing. If you're going to have seasons in the game and you know you're going to have seasons in the game, why not just introduce it off the bat? But,
Yeah. Well, money making, I'm guessing.
yeah, that makes sense.
Everyone's
doesn't
going to
it?
get it anyways.
Exactly.
And speaking about The Sims 4, what are your thoughts about it? Are you excited?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Especially with some of the pictures that have come out recently. The Create a Sim demo that they did. I am so excited. I think it's, a lot of people complain about the cartooniness of it, but I think it's a step in the right direction personally. I'm very, 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 very excited about The Sims 4, but I think it's going to be beautiful. Like, that's the thing that's really catching me by it. I think it's going to be the most beautiful Sims game that we've ever seen.
So
sure.
We should expect some challenges from The Sims 4 when it comes out from you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Probably when Sims 4 comes out, I'll be done with Sims 3. Hey, see you later. New stuff now.
Do you plan on keeping on some challenges with The Sims 3 to kind of...
Yeah, it just depends on when it lines up,
Right.
like the timings, because I'm not going to cut everything off prematurely. That would be kind of screwed up. But believe me, everything will get a little bit of a wait whenever Sims 4 comes out, because I'm just going to be obsessed. At least a good couple weeks,
Yeah.
and then we'll get back on track.
Yeah, must learn everything.
Yes, basically, and jumpstart anything that I want to do with Sims 4,
Yeah. Because if you start playing The Sims 4 and you don't know really much about it and how the game works and everything, it kind of puts sticks in your wheels or something,
Yeah. basically. And when you're trying to do, you know, I'm when you're doing LPs the focus on the storytelling more
Hmm.
so than the gameplay needs to be pretty smooth.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what you're doing, then I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, it's not super interesting to other people to watch,
Right.
or you spend hours just editing your videos.
Right? Just editing out the
the
hiccups.
let's
Yes,
see.
exactly. Exactly.
um so what would you like to see more of in the Sims community? Not the game, but the community itself, like your watchers and the simmers. What would you like to see more or less of?
I think and if you don't pay too much attention to the Sims community, like the social media side of it
Hmm.
or anything like that, you won't notice this, so it's good. But I there's a little bit of unkindness that goes on a lot of times.
Oh,
Yeah, and I would like for there to be more of that. I mean, we're um
from watchers
oftentimes
or
a little.
simmers?
What was that?
From watchers or simmers?
Um, Simmers mainly, but the viewers kind of get involved because
Mm,
they get passionate about whoever their favorite simmer is,
mm,
and they kind of stir the pot even more.
mm.
It's like you drop it in and then it just explodes. It's
Whoops.
a ripple effect, and yeah, so more, I would like to see us all just be kinder to each other. And I mean, that's not to say that we're the most awful community. That that is
No.
furthest thing from the truth. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we're bad, like
Hmm.
really bad, but there's some cattiness, there's some immaturity
Mm,
among us sometimes. And I would like to see that done away with because we all do this for fun.
right.
We do it for our own entertainment and for the entertainment of the people who are watching us.
Hmm.
And if it becomes uh, a chore, or it becomes a stressor in your
Hmm.
life because we're not being kind to each other, I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think that definitely means something needs to be adjusted.
Right. Right.
So that's what I would probably want, is just let's be more tolerant and kind to each other and just
Mm.
let it roll off your back. I feel like we get too finicky about little things.
So the last question we had is, what tips or advice would you give to someone who is starting their own Sims videos or channel?
Probably to reach out. And by that, I mean, like, don't be afraid to ask any of the other simmers questions and
Mm.
stuff like that. Because really that's what got me started. And I didn't even have a channel yet. I just sent Jennifer a message and she responded and like sent me this huge email back and was so helpful, like explained everything to me. And I was completely floored, starstruck, of course, for
Yeah.
one, because it's Jennifer. And I loved her. She was my favorite simmer. And so yeah, just reach out and network basically, because I think really that's how you're going to get
Exposure.
exposure. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
That's how you're going to kind of get people to notice you a little bit. And then from there, it's just, all you really need is for people to see your stuff. And then from there, it's just you winning them over,
Mm.
which, just be yourself and have fun with it. That's really the main thing that I can stress to people.
Hmm.
And that was the main thing that Jen stressed to me too, is have fun with it. Like, don't be concerned with the numbers or money or anything like that. If you're doing it for numbers, if you're doing it for money, you're already losing.
Yeah.
You have to be just doing it for fun, because if you're not having fun, that's going to be obvious in your videos, and the viewers will see that. So
Hmm.
just that's the only tips I can give, is just have fun.
So basically, do a video you'd like to see.
Yeah, you do a video you'd like to see, reach out
Mm.
and have fun with it.
That's very good advice.
Yeah. I mean, don't spam, because if you're spamming, it's not like I'm going to have a real problem with it. Like, if you're spamming on my videos, I don't have a problem with that.
Hmm.
But it's just that people don't receive that very well.
Mm.
and you're automatically losing points if people see you spamming in comments. No, it's not gonna work.
What do you consider spamming? Like, oh, come watch my channel, or
Basically, yeah. When you just show up on the comments and are like, hey, check out my channel, blah, 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 blah. Hey, can you check out my channel? That kind of stuff. And you're just posting that on all the Simmers videos
right?
and in the comments and everything. That's not going to bode well for you. It's just not a good idea. The best one for me, again, is to get that exposure, to get people to look at you, is really to reach out to the bigger people. Because honestly, from what I've found, from Jennifer, Laura, Natasha, we're all really nice, and they've all been, from what I've found, and in my experience and talking to them, they're all very, very helpful. Like, they really do try and help out smaller YouTubers.
Yeah.
And I definitely have tried, because Jennifer helped me. I definitely try to pay it forward. So
yeah, definitely build a stronger community too.
Yeah, I mean, and there's some people who won't, obviously, but just keep reaching out to people, and somebody's going to come check you out and be like, hey, your stuff is good, and there you go. There you go, exposure.
Yeah, definitely. All you need is a retweet.
Basically, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for these tips and advices. If anyone would want to reach out to you, where could they do that at?
The best place to contact me is on Twitter, simply because I get the YouTube notifications for YouTube messages, but it's lost in the sea of, YouTube notifications of comments, subscriptions, blah, blah, blah. So I basically check my YouTube inbox like once a month.
Do you?
So, at least my Twitter, I'm not terribly active on. Like, I'm not constantly tweeting, but I'm checking it a lot.
Okay.
So if you're sending me stuff on Twitter, I'll probably see it. And then we can email, and then it'll be great.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah, so definitely Twitter.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for sitting down and answering all these questions.
Absolutely.
And we will catch you around. I mean, you have a lot of plans for The Sims and your channel, and with Sims 4 coming out soon. So
oh, yes.
This is not the last time we speak.
No, absolutely not. I'm so excited for The Sims 4. I just pre-ordered it today, and I'm just like, yes.
Nice. Oh, you didn't wait for the collector's edition?
No.
No, you don't want to get it. Oh, okay.
I don't. I mean, look at it. The base game. This is the most expensive base game I have ever seen. It is insanely expensive. Like, no offense. Well, maybe kind of offense to EA. But dang. Just the base edition is what, $60?
Yeah.
And then the what is it? The digital deluxe or limited edition is $70. Is ridiculous.
Yeah, I wonder what the price will be for the collector's edition. But I guess we'll see that. Maybe they'll say it at E3.
At E3, maybe. I hope so. I'm excited for E3.
Yeah, me too. But by the time this interview is out, E3 will already had happened. So
oh darn!
Oh,
yeah. Right.
We're in the past.
So all of you guys who are watching right now already know everything, and we're just kind of ignorant at this point.
Yeah, basically. Well, thanks a lot again. And if you guys out there would like to see your favorite simmer on the show, just drop me a message and I'll try to contact them and interview them on here. So thanks again, Mai. That was awesome.
No problem. It was so fun.
All right. Bye. What? What the fridge?